Okay, let's get right into it. Because the AI world just got a massive, massive shock. A totally unexpected new model has been released. And we're not talking about some small update here. This is a direct challenge to the biggest names in the game. What we're seeing is a release that is fundamentally changing the entire conversation around AI dominance.
And look, this isn't just hype. This is the actual sentiment that's just ripping through the developer community. Why? Because a new AI model just dropped with a super bold claim. And it's backed by data that it can go toe-to-toe with one of the presumed kings of AI, GPT-4o.
So, how did this all happen? Well, it wasn't with some huge marketing campaign or a flashy keynote speech. Nope, it happened kind of quietly, which honestly just made the impact that much louder.
Now this is what's so wild, right? You can see the total contrast in strategy. On one side, you've got the typical playbook, big announcements, hype videos, restricted access where you have to beg for an API key. But DeepSeek, they did the complete opposite. They just quietly uploaded their model to Hugging Face, giving every single developer instant access and total transparency. It was a serious power move.
And this really gets to the heart of it. This isn't just some other company putting out another model. This is the open source community, through DeepSeek, stepping right into the ring and directly challenging the walled gardens of OpenAI, Anthropic, and all the other closed system giants. It's really a battle of philosophies.
So what's actually under the hood of this thing? What is this model made of? Let's take a look at the specs and the tech that's making it such a powerful competitor.
First off, the raw power. We're talking 685 billion parameters. A number that big puts it squarely in the heavyweight class, right alongside models like GPT-4o and Claude 3 Opus. This is a true frontier-scale model, no doubt about it.
And then there's its memory, if you will. A staggering 128,000 token context window. So what does that actually mean for you? It means the model can process and remember an entire book's worth of information in a single prompt. Giving that kind of power away openly is a massive, massive deal.
But this right here is the real secret sauce, the core innovation, this idea of hidden tokens. The best way to think about it is like doing a tough math problem. You use a piece of scratch paper for all your messy calculations, right? But you only show the final clean answer. That's exactly what DeepSeek is doing internally. It's performing all this complex, multi-step reasoning on its hidden scratch paper, which leads to way smarter, more coherent results.
And this isn't just some cool theoretical idea. This whole scratch paper method gives it a serious edge in the real world. For coders, it means solving super complex programming challenges much more efficiently. For scientists, it can handle complex reasoning and simulations. Basically, it allows the model to think before it speaks, which, is a huge leap forward.
Okay, so the tech is clearly impressive, but here's the billion-dollar question. How does it actually perform when you put it head-to-head against the champs? This is where the story gets really, really good.
This is the question that every single developer and business leader is asking right now. Can an open source model truly compete with the billion-dollar proprietary systems coming out of Silicon Valley? Well, the benchmarks are in.
And just look at these results. You've got independent benchmarks showing DeepSeek V3.1 actually beating Anthropic's flagship model Claude 3 Opus in key areas like logic and code generation. And get this, even against the mighty GPT-4o, it doesn't just hold its own. It ties in critical areas like math and coding. It proved without a doubt that it belongs in that top tier.
But as absolutely incredible as those performance numbers are, they aren't even the most shocking part of the story. Not even close. There's another factor here that just completely changes the entire landscape.
Just take a look at this. We're talking about running the exact same complex task. To run it on GPT-4o, that would cost you $70. To run it on DeepSeek, it costs $1. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. $70 versus $1. To put it another way, that's a 68 times cost reduction. That's not just a small improvement. It's a complete and total disruption of the pricing model for frontier-level AI.
So here's the bottom line. For a startup, for a researcher, for a huge company, a 68x cost reduction isn't just some nice advantage. It is a revolution. It means that powerful, top-tier AI is no longer a luxury item. It truly democratizes access to this cutting-edge technology on a global scale.
You see, this release is so much bigger than just one model. Its impact goes way beyond technical benchmarks and pricing. We could be seeing the very beginning of a brand new era in artificial intelligence.
And we have to understand this isn't happening in a vacuum. Far from it. This is part of a much larger strategy. By putting out such a powerful, accessible open source model, China is positioning itself to become the backbone of the global OpenAI movement, winning over developers and researchers all over the world.
The shockwaves from this are hitting everyone. For OpenAI, suddenly, its market dominance is not guaranteed anymore. For Anthropic, their premium model now looks really expensive and less capable. For Google and Meta, it proved the open source path isn't just viable, it could be the dominant one. And for developers everywhere, well, it signals that the era of relying on a handful of powerful AI monopolies might just be coming to an end.
And believe it or not, this is just the beginning for DeepSeek. Their roadmap includes expanding that context window even further, adding capabilities to understand images and video, and building an entire ecosystem around their model. If they keep this momentum up, they could become the default choice for AI development across the entire globe.
So, let's end on this thought. For years, the question has always been, can open source AI ever really catch up to the big, closed corporate giants? Well, DeepSeek's release just took that question and completely flipped it on its head. Now the real question is, can the closed giants keep up with the speed, the power, and the accessibility of open source? The race has just been redefined.